Do you guys like free stuff? What about shiny stuff? What about things that make your razor go? Well, you've come to the right place because I'm giving away the RPM Desert Series exhaust that I was running on my Pro XP. That's right, it's going to one of you guys, and all you gotta do is stick around to the end of this video, and I'm gonna give you all the details and the rules on what you gotta do to be entered to win this giveaway. So you're gonna wanna stick around. You're not gonna wanna miss out on this sick exhaust. Let's get to the action. Well, what do we have here? Oh, ooh, any guesses? Another RPM side-by-side product. So, I know you guys saw the thumbnail. I'm sure you saw the title. Before you jump to any conclusions on your thoughts and opinions of what this guy does, please hear me out, because I've seen a lot of videos on this, and I've seen the controversies of should you use one, should you not. Well, I'm just going to be installing it today, but later in this year I'm going to hopefully get a belt temp gauge, and I'll be able to really test my theory on how this thing works. But enough of making it a mystery. Let's see what's in the box. So what we have here is the RPM side-by-side clutch fan. So a lot of different companies have made these. This is RPM's version, and a few little stats on this. It's supposed to be able to pump about 225 CFM of air, and it's basically, if you haven't seen what these are, it's a fan that'll go in line to your clutch. So you'll have to cut this tube, and then it'll sit in right here, and then it'll pull air through there, through your intake. But what I have seen, and I'm sure what several of you guys have seen, is this thing can actually be a restriction. So your clutches have kind of the plates on them is meant to be almost like a fan. They will pull air in by themselves, and the theory is no fan can pull in more air than what your clutches generate. And what a lot of people base this theory off of is a video that Shock Therapy did last year, middle of the year or something like that. I can maybe link it down in the description if you guys want to check that out. But they basically said it's a restriction and it can actually cause your belt to heat up quicker. Well, my theory, I agree with them, but where I disagree is they ride in the desert. They do desert racing. So they're pushing 50, 60, 70, sometimes even up to 100 miles an hour. And they're holding that speed for a long time. So my thinking is when you're doing trail riding or rock climbing or stuff like that, your clutches aren't spinning as fast as what they are when you're going 80 miles an hour. So at that lower speeds, I think that's when the clutch fan is actually going to be a benefit. So I'm hoping I will be able to test this out. Obviously, I don't have any desert anywhere near me, but I've got a couple ideas of just doing some trail riding and trying to do the similar scenario with the clutch fan and then without the clutch fan, and basically see if it still gets super hot or if the clutch fan actually works. So what I'm going to try to do is, obviously I'm just going to install it today and show you guys how easy these are to put on, and then hopefully here in the next month or two I'm going to be able to get out on some trails, and I'll have a belt temp gauge by then, and we'll be able to really test this out. But that's just my opinion. I think for rock climbing and more of the recreational rider, I think this belt I think the belt fan is actually going to be a benefit. Now, if it's not, I'll eat my words. But that's why I'm out here testing this stuff, kind of getting a more real world test. A lot of people aren't desert racers, so I want to see if this is going to be good for the casual recreational rider like myself, and if it's going to help at that lower speed. I know I've got a couple friends that have, I think it's the Blowhole is the name of it. They have them on their normal turbo XP, and they have a belt temp gauge, and they've noticed a significant decrease in belt temp. They also have aftermarket belts and have tried different belts to see if that helps with the belt temp as well. But they've kind of agreed with me that they think it's more of the slow speed stuff where that belt fan kind of compensates for what the clutch produces at that lower speed. So I don't know, we'll see. But for now, I just want to take a look at this RPM stuff. So it's a very nice, I think it's aluminum kind of housing. Got the fan in there, obviously. And they send you these two silicone kind of couplers. So they'll go on the top, one will go on the bottom there, like so. And then it's got this harness already ready to go. And this will plug directly into your rear tail light. So all we'll have to do is figure out where we're gonna cut it, probably up here more. Well, we might go somewhere in here where it's straight. We'll cut it, take this piece of tube out, and then we'll just have to tie into our taillight harness up here, and it'll be ready to go. There's no on-off switch, it's just constantly on. So we're gonna go get this thing cleaned up. It's a little dirty right now. I've got some big things coming. I actually am waiting on a shipment from FedEx today, and it's gonna be a sweet addition to the Pro XP. So I cannot wait to bring you guys that stuff. But for now, we're gonna go wash this thing up, and then we'll come back, throw that belt fan on there, and kind of show you what it sounds like when we turn the machine on. It shouldn't be too loud, but I'll throw it on there, show you guys what it sounds like, and hopefully we'll get some good testing in on it and see what it does. So I've got part of it already installed. This is the fan part, obviously. And all you do is unplug your main tail light, and then this has a Y connector. One part goes into your tail light, and then your old tail light harness plugs in to the other part of this, and then you're wired up ready to go. So that'll be keyed on only power. So this doesn't have a on and off switch. It'll just be always on when your key's on, which is kind of nice because your headlights stay on for a little bit after you shut the machine off. So this fan, in theory, is gonna be still pulling air to your clutches to help cool them down a little bit after you stop and you're just sitting there hanging out. So it'll still be cooling your clutches a little bit, which probably isn't gonna be a huge deal, but it is kind of cool that they will do that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the tube cut, which I've already got it off. And basically, it's hard to see, but I got two pieces of electrical tape kind of marking where I'm gonna do my cuts. The fan is about 7 inches from top to bottom. So I'm gonna cut about 7 1/4 just to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. And do not throw away that piece of pipe that you cut, because if you ever need to, you can take that and basically put it back in place of the fan and then put the couplers back on, or the fittings, and then it'll be just like stock. You won't have to have that fan on there. So if for whatever reason you have to take it off, you still have that tube that'll take its place. So that'll be awesome when I end up starting to test and see how much that fan actually cools down the clutches. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing cut and get the rest of it installed and show you what it looks like. Alrighty, now that we have them cut, what you're gonna wanna do, and this is obviously the piece I cut, you're gonna wanna go ahead and take like a knife or some sandpaper and kind of sand those edges down a little bit, just so you get those little chunks of plastic off of there. So if any of it does come off, it doesn't get sucked into your clutches. Probably wouldn't be a huge deal, but it is probably a good idea just to kind of clean up those edges a little bit, and then you don't have to worry about it. And there we go. I also found out that I screwed up. So this is kind of why I'm doing these videos, is I can go along, if I make mistakes, tell you guys about it. And then if you do this install, you can do it a different way. But I put this too low. I didn't think anything of it. Figured, oh, you could just put it right in the middle. Well, this harness is not tight, but if you were to cut, let's say, right up here, and then maybe in here somewhere, so your clutch fan's up here more, this is gonna have a lot more slack, so you could kind of tie it up in here a little better, and then this won't be kind of hanging. It's kind of hard to see, but it is hanging down a little bit, which I don't really like because it can get covered in mud. But if you do cut up here, your fan will be higher up and you'll have more room there. But I mainly just wanted to get this installed so I could show you guys, and we'll go ahead and turn it on. Which you're gonna hear the SMB filter as well. But it's on now. Yeah, you can hardly hear it with SMB, but now you'll be able to hear it now that I turned it off. You can kind of hear it coming in through the intake here, which you can actually feel it pulling air in. And it's going away. And there it kicks off. So that's what I was saying, with it being connected to these taillights, it'll run for a little bit longer and then shut off. So that's pretty much it for this install, and it is really sturdy. I mean, it's, once you tighten these clamps down, it's just about as good as stock. So again, I would maybe cut higher so you have some more room with this harness, but again, that's not a huge deal. So that's gonna be a wrap for this install. And like I said, you guys are gonna stick around. Make sure you share this with your friends, because I've got a, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. I've got a weld it yourself kit ready to go. That's right, we're getting a cage for the Pro XP. And it's gonna be pretty sweet. It's from a new company, but he's already killing it just based off of what he's been able to design on CAD or in his computer program. And we're gonna be the first ones to test out his weld it kit. And we're gonna bring you guys along for a step-by-step install and a bunch of other modifications we're gonna do along the way. So you guys aren't gonna miss it. So hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for commenting on these videos and sharing them with your buddies. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
And it's time for the first Schmitty's Off-Road giveaway. This is my 500 subscriber giveaway, so I want to say thank you, all of you guys, for liking and subscribing and commenting on my videos. And it's time I finally give back to you guys. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm going to be giving away the RPM Powersports 3-inch Desert Series exhaust for the RZR Pro XP. It's the exact same one that's been on mine for the last couple months. So you guys will be getting that exhaust plus a brand new set of hardware and exhaust gasket. So now you're probably wondering, what do you have to do to get entered in to win this exhaust? Well, it's gonna be super easy. There's 3 main things you have to do. 1, you're gonna have to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You must like this video, and then finally, you have to comment your favorite place to ride your UTV. And then real quick, let's go over some official rules. First, it is a completely free to enter giveaway. You don't have to buy anything. All you have to do is follow the 3 things I just talked about, which will also be down in the description below. And to recap, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment your favorite riding spot. And now let's get into the nitty gritty. So the contest is gonna open at 5 p.m. Central on August 8th. That is when this video goes live. So once you guys are seeing this, you can go ahead and follow those 3 steps, and you're gonna be automatically entered to win this giveaway. The contest will close 5 p.m. on September 16th, 2022. So I'm going to give it a little bit over a month to give people plenty of time to get entered to win. So the winner will be chosen randomly with a YouTube comment picker at 5 p.m. on September 16th, so right after the giveaway ends. The winner will then be announced on my social media, so Instagram and Facebook, and it will also be posted with my YouTube video that'll be posted September 19th, 2022, and that'll be also at 5 p.m. Central, so that's going to be a Monday. So you're going to want to make sure you come back on September 19th, check out that video, and you're going to go down in the comment section and you'll see where I have selected the winner. If the winner has not followed the rules of the contest, they will be disqualified. The winner must contact me to claim the prize. I will validate you are the account holder with a keyword that must be edited into the winning comment. If the winner does not respond within 48 hours of the announcement, they will be disqualified and I will be picking a new winner. And also, just to clarify, any information that is collected will be used for the sole purpose of delivering the prize to the winner. And finally, this contest is not sponsored by YouTube. I'm solely responsible for the giveaway and delivering the prize to the winner. And I do want to say a quick shout out to RPM Powersports. They've been working with me for almost a year now, and I've been testing a lot of different exhausts and different products. And I've been bringing you guys that content along the way. So again, I want to say thank you to RPM and good luck with the giveaway. We'll see you guys later. Peace.